Alright guys, the battery died and I'm not exactly sure what sort of footage I had, but this is the next day after painting the hood. Few things went wrong. First, I've had the worst abdominal pains of my life. I'm pretty sure because of all the paint fumes I've been inhaling. So, you know, it's been 3 episodes of working on this car and 2 of them I've nearly fucking died in. Secondly, I had a bit of a mistake and the paint I think was a little bit too thick over here. On this part of the hood. So Sam came over in the afternoon and we basically have just sanded it and bulked it, and now what I'm going to do is get the 220 grit and just go over this patch here, get a 600 grit, do this entire area here, and then get an 800 grit pad and do the entire hood and then repaint it. We're going to respray a light strip here, and then we're going to do some light some light paint from the center all the way down. Then do the same on that side. Then we're going to do a heavy, thick coat on this half, then that half. Then, if it looks good, we'll leave it. If not, we'll do a medium coat as well on either side. And hopefully, the finish comes up right. Because the rest of the hood is actually not too bad at all. Like, it feels really good. It looks pretty clean. Like, obviously, it's a home job at the end of the day, so you're not going to have it absolutely perfect. But I do like the way that it's looking so far. And this is without any clear coat either. So, I'm just going to do a bit of sanding. Do what I can, and yeah, with the rest of the car, we took the last 2 doors and the boot, or for the Americans, the trunk, was taken off. We took out the back window, so that way we can just seal everything up best we can, especially when it looks dog shit like this. So I need more tape, gonna get some more tape later. Do this door, seal up that door better because the one on the other side is not very good. And then I'm ready to have this car done. This windshield is getting replaced Friday. Just got a phone call this morning. And then yeah, we're going to start working on the body of the car itself. Just going to finish the hood today, and then that'll be it for the video. So whatever footage you have now going forward is whatever you're going to get. I want to fucking die. Just a heads up guys, I'm merging the 4th and 5th episode together in this video because the footage keeps getting cut off by the camera that I'm using, and I have nowhere near enough money to get the new setup that I want to get yet for recording these videos. So I've tried to make the video as easy as possible to consume. I just want to let you know here during this segment and give you a bit of a voiceover of what's going on and why there's a bit of a 1-week transition towards the second half of this video. Alright, so after like a good hour now of just sanding it by hand, I've got it nice and flush, but the primer is not in a good condition anymore. So I'm going to just reprime that corner of the hood, sand it flush with the rest of the hood, and then repaint again. So looks like today I'm just sanding. This is all learning experience, of course. I've never really done this before, so these errors are to be expected, but the worst I can do is just sand it back, re-spray, and keep going until I get it right. So I'm going to mix up some primer, just a small amount, and literally just do that corner and then let it cure. Do a second coat, let it cure, and then just leave it. Maybe sand it back later tonight, or I'm not sure. That might be in the next episode. We'll see how fucked I can be to record it. Gun's clean, the primer is down. I'm going to then let this dry for about half an hour, sand it with 600 grit so that it is smooth with the bonnet, 800 grit, and hopefully it's good. Then we can paint. If we do, I'll be back today with more footage for painting. If not, then it'll be the next episode. So you're gonna find out in the next fucking 2 seconds. Alright boys, today is finally the day where we can hopefully prime the Valiant. It's been about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks since I recorded the last video you guys would have watched in this series, because I've just been kind of knuckling down on the car. It's really difficult to record and work at the same time when the camera doesn't last too long. There's only a certain amount of like memory I can have, and I'm just kind of trying to go balls deep. So if it's more of a time lapse than like a in-depth progression series, that's pretty much what you're going to get. You're just going to see how the car progresses for now, because this is actually a really big project, especially when I'm doing it pretty much all by myself. Sam hasn't been around since we took the last few doors off, and he'll be back around this weekend. Hopefully I can have it primed today so we can look at painting. I'll give you a quick rundown on the bonnet. Basically I fucked up and I stripped it back. What you saw in the last video, I actually stripped it back, re-primed it since, repainted it, and I just had a problem. Like I've got like wrinkling here. There's some more over here somewhere, and there's a bit on the other side. I think I was just too heavy in certain areas with the paint, so I've just left it for now and decided to work on the Valiant itself. This is it in its like final phase. Basically, the last doors have come off, the boots come off. I've stripped, like paint stripped the roof, so it's pretty fucking smooth at the moment. And I've gone around and I've tried to rust convert everything. Turns out there's a lot of like, all this red stuff is it's all bodywork repair that the previous owners done. I've just done more over the top to cover a little dent. So there's been a lot of work done on this car, like underneath near the wheel arches. This is all previous filler. This is me putting more fiberglass in here to level this out because it was like a big dig in the bodywork there. So I've had to do a lot of repairs here. The windshield has come out. We've got a brand new windshield on the shelf over there. So I pulled that out. We filled in all the holes here. And anything black is me rust converting basically. It's all surface rust that I've kind of sanded back best I can. And then just spray painted black just to give it some extra protection and convert it to metal or back to metal or whatever the chemicals do. Yeah, and then all this has been like body repaired in the past. You can see just all, same on that side as well. Like it's all just like body filler that the previous owners of this car would have done. So I basically just smoothed it out as best that I can, gotten inside the doors and shit as well. There was a bit of rust down here, a little bit of rust up here that's been sanded back and just converted. So hopefully today I'm going to run over it very quickly. Like there's some waves here from like when the car was actually manufactured. So I've just smoothed it out and just put some body filler over some of the really bad parts and smoothed it so that it's nice and clean basically. And yeah, I'm going to basically just run over it now with like a 240 grit sand block, just over certain areas that I feel like might need a little bit more love. In about an hour's time, hopefully, we start priming. And yeah, it's basically just going to be a time lapse from then on out because I don't... It's difficult to do recording and work on the car at the same time. And I want to have some music playing and all the machines going. So if it's mostly just... Like, I'll pause everything and talk to you in between, but it's just going to be like the last video where you're going to see me just fucking running around like a headless chicken, pretending like I know what I'm doing, and I've got to wipe the car over heaps as well with wax and grease cleaner, so, yeah, I've got to find somewhere decent to put this camera down, and yeah, I want to get it primed today. If I get it primed today, this is really my last day before Sam gets here, then we can paint, so this is, yeah, crunch time for me. So that's a brief update quickly on the car, looking good, feeling good about it. And, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's not going to be a showroom model. That's not the point. Like, I'm not trying to make it look absolutely flawless. I just want it to look good and be proud of it, which so far I am. So, if you got any suggestions or complaints, email them to me because that way I don't have to read them. Good luck. Alright, so that's pretty much wiped open, looking pretty good to go. I'm just going to let it dry off for a bit, just in case of any excess remover inside any like small gaps. And then I'm going to glove up, tack rag it, prime, and just fucking hope it turns out alright. So, yeah, have a drink, be back in a minute. Unfortunately guys, this is where the camera is about to die, so I don't have any more footage past the end of this video for this part of the build anyway. So the next episode will be moved on another week in advance, I think. But in the meantime, what you possibly are missing here is that I prime the rest of the car. Sam comes over on the weekend and we just touch up some of the rough areas of the primer, fill in a few more gaps that may have been missed. That's a bit easier to do with the primer. reprime where we putty those, and then we sand the car back ready to be painted and even possibly paint, I'm not sure yet. Spoiler alert, my bad. But the next episode should be a lot more organized, and hopefully I can get the money together soon for the new camera. So until then, thank you for watching. You guys are fucking awesome. I'd appreciate a subscription down below if you haven't already. Thanks. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.